Well, the drywall countertop have served me well for a long time, but I think it's time for an upgrade. Yep, we got it up the hill in one piece. So I have an entire video dedicated to building this countertop, and if you haven't seen it, I really recommend you check it out. It's probably the best video that I've ever made, and typical YouTube, it's one of the worst performing. So if you haven't seen that, check that out. I think you'll like it. So the first thing I need to do is just get all this crap out of the way, and I was gonna use the magic hammer to do that, but I found something way better. Yeah, so I was getting stuff from the car, and I came back inside, and Sarah had already moved everything, so. Alright, but before we start, I do need to finish the whitewashed wainscoting over to the end of this wall. So I got this hammer. We can use this hammer for that. It's not just any hammer, it is a magic hammer. It's a little bit jealous of me, so sometimes it doesn't always do what I say right away, but usually it ends up working, so we'll use this. It's supposed to make the boards come here. That's usually what happens. Just bear with me a minute. Yeah, like that, the work would just happen. Hey Sarah, will you try this for me? This thing's not working right.
This thing works fine.
Can you walk back a little bit?
Let me just phantom chair. Is it wide enough?
I'll probably have to saw that piece out. That's on. Alright, so I've got to notch this out so that the sink fits where I drew this line. So we got to do that before I can put this in. Oh god, I got sawdust all over the place. So yeah, that looks really thin, but that performs no structural purpose. Yeah, I'm glad you have that side. Alright. Can you get it high enough?
Yippee!
Yeah, that worked. I need to saw out a little more.
Where?
See these little brackets right there?
Uh-huh.
They're hitting. So from the build video, and I'm going to link that again if you haven't seen it, a lot of people asked me what the butterflies were for, which that kind of surprised me, but basically the butterflies, because they're a wedge shape, they keep the crack from splitting further. And then the second, probably the most asked question was, why did I put the butterflies on top? And that's just, they're decorative. You know, I like the way they look. If you don't want the butterflies on top, this gets a lot easier because you turn it over and you drill it out a hole on one side, and then you drill out a hole on the other side, and then you take your chisel and you flatten the edges of the hole that are facing each other, and you just take any old bolt and washers, as long as it's big and strong enough, and you tighten the bolt, and it performs the function of the butterfly. So if you don't like butterflies, doing one of these is a lot easier. So a lot of people were really upset when they saw me cut the edge off the slab. I don't even know if those people watched far enough to see that I book matched it onto this. This is book matched on here, so the grain lines up, but because it overlaps, you can't really tell it's book matched. With this, my design philosophy is that I like contrast in things. In other words, I like dark against white, I like complex against simple, and here I like clean lines of the front, a nice straight clean line against the chaotic line of this backsplash. So to me, you know, you do too much of a good thing, it overwhelms you. Like too much wood in the main room, all of a sudden wood's not so special. Too much ornate details in your cabin, all of a sudden those focal points don't stick out as much because everything is crazy. And the same with colors, like too much color and all of a sudden you don't appreciate color. For me it's contrast and then moderation so that things you do really stand out and look nice. So that was my rationing on cutting off the one edge and then using the other edge as a backsplash. So we got a faucet here, we might as well install that now, and then we also have a propane cooktop that is going to be the subject of the next video, installing that and hooking up the gas and testing it out. We need better lighting. This lighting is crap. Let's see the sink. Let's put that faucet on. So normally I'd put a bead of silicone here, but it comes with a little rubber gasket that's inside here. I don't know if you can see that. I've installed so many of these things. This is going to be tough with that sink there though, that's for sure. I'm going to have to do something that nobody likes doing, and that's consult the instructions to see what this thing's for. I thought it was to hold the weight in place, but the weight seems to stay where it is. Looks like it goes like this. Must be what holds it in. Alright, so people probably already know this, but that weight, when you put that on, it just makes that go back. Okay. Alright, so that's in as far as we can go today because I don't have a water supply under there, but once we do that, that'll be for another video. And I have a video how I built these cabinet bases. If you haven't seen that, I'll put a link to that as well. Ooh, nice. That looks good.
It was the magic hammer.
Magic hammer didn't do jack. That's right. It wants to go like that. Look at that. Okay, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video, please like and subscribe. If you want to see more pictures of that countertop, check out my Instagram, 50 Acres in the Cabin. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.